Out of the latest from the war in Ukraine, after days of aerial and ground attacks, Russia is closer to capturing one of the largest cities in the eastern Donbass region that is still under Ukrainian control. The U.S. has now agreed to send high-tech rockets. You're looking at some of them on your screen now, like those rockets that Ukraine has asked for. And our Imtiaz Tyab is following Ukraine's efforts to continue to slow the Russian advance.
As Moscow unleashes what's being described as a frenzied push, Russian forces now control most of Severodonetsk, raining down heavy artillery and engaging in ruthless street battles. Russian troops are trying to push out the last Ukrainian forces from the largest city in the eastern Luhansk province. At least 1,500 people have been killed and up to 15,000 remain trapped here, with few safe places to shelter. This woman and her grandmother tell a local journalist they remain in good health when this explosion went off close by. It's a horror repeated across the Donbass, including in the nearby village of Sloviansk, where a Russian airstrike killed 3 and injured 6. Says Olena Voitenko. It happened right in front of us, she says. It's a nightmare. At a military hospital in Zaporizhzhia, which is to the west, we were given access to an operating room where trauma surgeons remove shrapnel from a wounded soldier. His injuries aren't life-threatening, but the same can't be said for others who are treated here, says Dr. Dmytro Malkovsky.
You also sometimes lose patients too, don't you?
Yes, I do. As people say, every doctor has own cemetery.
Their own cemetery.
Yes.
For those who make it, the fighting spirit lives on. This soldier, who goes by the name Molfar, is recuperating from a shrapnel wound to the leg and says despite having been on the front lines for over 3 months, he wants to rejoin the fight.
You sound very committed to this war and to winning this war.
What I know is that unless we really put an end to this war, Russia will only continue and continue, he says. War will not allow my country to develop, and war means I will never be able to live a normal life.
Now, for the New York Times, President Biden wrote in an essay that the only way to end Russia's invasion is through direct diplomacy. But even then, the U.S. will continue to provide this country with the weapons that it needs so that when it's at the negotiating table, it has all the leverage it needs. Nate.
Imtiaz Tyab in Ukraine, thank you.